Hey guys, Stephen, the Salon Guy here, and good morning. Yes, I'm up very early. As you can see, I look pretty tired, but I'm here for you guys, and I'm so passionate about making these videos, these haircut videos. And this one's been requested quite a bit, the Ryan Gosling haircut. You know, he's had quite a few looks over the years, but he's got that kind of normal, typical haircut with a little bit of a side part. But I'm going to show you guys how to get that. Let's get started. Alright, so we're starting out here right in the back, and the way that Ryan wears his hair, you know, it's not super short like it's buzzed. You probably can if you want, but his hair probably is about, I'd say, half an inch long or so throughout the back of the head. So what we're going to do is basically follow a pattern of doing this by hand. And, you know, if you want to start at the bottom, you can do scissor over comb, whatever you got to do to get the hair towards about, I'd say, half an inch in length. If you are going to do scissor over comb, you want to just move the thumb like this, lock the comb in, the comb will be your guide, and just follow it throughout the whole back of the head. And to continue to work from the bottom up, like this. If you're going to cut it from the top down, you want to start about right here, top back of the head. You're going to hold it out. I'd say around here you want to be a little bit longer, because sometimes people have cowlicks and their hair sticks up. So around this area you want to leave a little bit longer, just so you have a little more control and it's not too short. The last thing you want is this area too short. So you can either do this, and you see me do this before, follow the same pattern throughout the whole back here, and then work it down, coming in closer to the head, down in through here, and then following the same thing in through the nape area. When you get down here, you can switch your hand positioning, and then you can cut straight down like this, palm to palm. That allows you to get nice and close throughout the bottom. Then if you want, what you can do is go over the whole thing with scissor over comb and look for any sort of longer pieces that might stick out and just go over them, and you'll be good to go. You can also work this in up through the top as well, like this. You can use your hand, you can use instead of holding the hair out, you can use your comb, kind of like acting like your hand and your fingers, and you can just lift it up, and however long you want it is how you're going to lift it up in the air with the comb. Alright, so that's done. Now with the sides, this mannequin was previously cut before. With the sides here, what we're going to do is we're going to just do scissor over comb right in through here. Just bring the sideburn up a little bit tighter, a little bit closer, and we're going to scissor over comb this by hand just to get it closer in through here. Alright, so as you can see, what that does is it makes it shorter around the ear, which is what you want. You want this to be shorter around the ear. So we're just going to continue to do this throughout the sides. I'll do this on the other side when I'm done. When you get around here, you want to just be very careful around the ear. But this is where you can point cut into this. But again, be very careful of your own ear, of the client's ear. You don't want to cut them. So it's best to just take it easy and not be too aggressive around this area, and point cutting really works best. So I'm going to do this on this side. This is probably about, I'd say, again, half an inch or so from the scalp, because the sides and the back match. When you get around here, you'll see, you can even come down this way, how everything matches. So you want this to connect in through this. So I'm going to continue to do that on this side, and I'll be ready for the top. Alright, so now we're ready to work from the sides into the top. Now what I want to do is I want to actually start here in the corner, and I want to work my way up this way towards the top of the head here. Just because I want to round this out right from the get-go here, and I just want to blend this in. You know, there's no set rule in stone where you have to start at the top, you have to start, I mean, you can start wherever you want, wherever you feel comfortable, as long as you have something in mind for the end result, as long as you know where you're going. So I know with this, what I'm doing is I'm literally just making sure this all is blended in. This is very like a traditional kind of men's haircut, believe it or not. You know, everything's pretty much even all around. It's got, you know, a nice flow. It's nothing too crazy. So once we're done with that, then what you can see here, now there's the guide, and this allows you to work towards now the top of the head. So that creates a guide going this way, where if you did it the opposite way, it would create a guide going down this way. So either way, you'll be fine, you know. So I'm just going to finish working this up at the top of the head here, to where the complete top of the head here is probably, I'd say, about an inch or in length, 1.5 inches the most. Alright, his hair is relatively short on top, but it's not buzzed down or anything. So I'd say an inch to inch and a half the most on top here. So working into the front again, everything is pretty much even all around, which allows you to have a variety of styles. And he's got like a side part here going this way, which is great as well. So you've seen a lot of guys wearing parts. So I'm just going to continue to work this all in. Again, holding everything straight up. Everything is pretty much all even around this way. And once we're done doing this, you can texturize it a little bit if you want. And again, the texturizing techniques you usually see me do are chipping into it and point cutting like this. So you can do a little bit of that just to kind of soften things up a little bit, add a little bit of texture, and then we can dry it and put a little gel or paste in there. Alright, now what I'm going to do is just go over with the thinning shear, and I'm just going to do scissor over comb throughout the whole thing just to remove some of the weight. And again, this is usually pretty much always necessary when doing men's hair cutting, is you always want to do this just to really soften up the shape and soften up the anything in the haircut. This really works well. This also adds a lot of great texture as well. So just continue to do this all the way throughout the top here. If you want to add a little bit of texture, you can just kind of point cut, take some of the tips here and chip into it just to add a little bit of texture. As you can see, it's looking pretty amazing. Now we're going to come back and put a little bit of paste in it. Alright, so I just want to show you guys, this is what it looks like without any product in it. And in many of Ryan's pictures and photos, he really has nothing in it. It's just kind of all natural, no product, nothing. There you go here. So now what I'm just going to do now is just simply add some paste to it. And I get a lot of questions and comments, what's the paste? I can't really endorse any other products. But I've used this in almost every single one of my videos when I use paste. This is a Tea Tree Shaping Cream by Paul Mitchell. This is probably one of my favorite pastes ever. And it works great. It's not too heavy, not too sticky, but you take about a finger's scoop worth, work it through your hands like this, and this you just want to really kind of lightly rake this through here, and just get the product in wherever you think you need it. Again, depending on the style, this kind of look you want, he tends to wear his hair a little bit flatter, a little more natural, and maybe a little bit up in the front like this. But this is pretty much how I usually see him wearing his hair. Alright, so I think this looks pretty good. I think you all would agree. So that's pretty much it. Well, Ryan, thank you. And I'll see you guys next time for more tutorials with the Salon Guy.